So now that we are able to get the user and we can display name, that means we can also do all sort of things, right? We can go and get avatar URL and anything else we want. So in our example here, you notice that what we want is also to have that image, right, from our database. So we can do that because that's the avatar URL. And that avatar URL comes here, right? That's where it should show up. So what we can do here, because we should know that sometimes the avatar URL could be null, especially when the user was right away created. It's usually null. There's nothing there, okay? So we need to account for that. So one thing I need to do here, I'm going to use the current user. Let me just give myself a little space. I'm going to say cur user as such, the object. I'm going to check if avatar is not null. Okay. If that's the case, then I'm going to just say cur user dot avatar. Else it's going to be this avatar here. Else it's just going to go ahead and add. I have one that I created. I found this avatar here, which is another place where you can get random avatars, images. Okay. Save it, then there it is. That will defend us from times when avatar is null. And then if it's null, we're going to go ahead and just add this generic avatar. Else we're just going to get the avatar from the current user URL. Okay, let's go ahead and check it out. All right, it looks like Litos is just not showing anything. It's not even showing what we ask it to show in case that it's null. Because Litos, let's see, he has avatar null. But why is it then that we don't see anything? We just see this white thing there. The problem here is a known problem, especially when it comes to Flutter and web, actually web development in general. Because the image that we would get, in this case, let's go back to our main screen, this image here, let's copy this. Let's go to a new, and just hit enter. See, it just goes ahead and fetches different images every time we run this or refresh this view, right? And that's fine. But the problem is that where we're getting these images from, we don't know necessarily. It could be that it's not secure. So what happens now is that because there could be some security issues, the web engine on Flutter here, the web engine is not allowing us to show those images. So it's rejecting these images. It's something to do with CORS, C-O-R-S in web development. You can Google and learn more about that. We can bypass this problem that we're having, showing images from unsafe, quote-unquote, sources. We can bypass that by changing the render engine with which Flutter renders our user interface. What is that? So if we go to flutter.dev like this, and let's search here render like this, and scroll down, you're going to see web renderers. Click on that. So there's two kinds of renderers. There's the CanvasKit renderer, which is fully consistent with Flutter mobile and desktop mobile applications. And there's this HTML renderer, which uses a combination of HTML, CSS, Canvas, and so forth. It says here that this renderer has a smaller download size. So what we need to do really is in our index, we're going to add this little code snippet here, which is a JavaScript code. So I'm going to copy this and go back to our code. I'm going to go and find index.html. Anywhere, I'm going to put that below our Firebase initialization there. I'm going to just paste it all in there. And HTML here, I'm going to just say true. So what we're doing here on runtime, we're going to change the renderer to HTML instead of Canvas because I made it use HTML to be true. So in this case, let's go ahead and stop everything altogether and rerun the whole application. Okay, we have to log in again. And you can see the difference now. Even the colors are a little bit different because I know that this actually is using the HTML renderer. All right, I can see this. You probably won't be able to see the difference here, but I've gone through these problems, and so I know. Okay. Okay, tester, let's see. Log in. Never. And just like that, you can see the image is showing now. Okay, that's very good. So this is the workaround that I found. Obviously, at some point, we need to find a better workaround, but this works so far. So whenever you see that images are not showing using Flutter Web at this point, just change it to HTML renderer and should be able to see images that are coming from somewhere we don't know, and there are some security issues in the engine pertaining to cores and so forth. Right? There we go. It is working very well, and we can still log ourselves out. If I go and let's say Gina this time again, and there is an image, very good, and all works.